Well, hey, my people, I wanted to go over this week's assignment. This week, we are learning about cross contour. And for this week, you guys are going to be doing the first step of this assignment. And the first step is actually choosing an object that is natural, not man-made, and you are going to be drawing an object in modified contour line, which is just a regular old line, and that line is just the outside edge of your object. And then what you're going to do is whatever the shape is on that particular object of the exterior lines of the shadow, like where that shadow comes out and ends, you're actually going to just draw the shape of that shadow. So you're going to do that on one object, and then you are going to choose one more object that is different and natural, and you're going to be doing the same thing. So I'm going to take you step by step on this thing. I'll do a little drawing demonstration in just a little bit, but I do want to show you your instructions. So on your instructions, it does have examples of cross contour drawings that I found on the internet. Now, you're not going as far as to actually add these lines on this. This will be coming much later. So just know that your next assignment will be comprised of the cross contour lines. And your next assignment that deals with what you're doing this week is going to be something like this. So just know this is not what I want to see. I want to see your drawing like this. So anyway, so if you have not heard of the term cross contour, the definition is basically what it is you're going to draw lines that travel across the form of your object, and the lines can be either, you can kind of see right here, they go horizontally, and they also go vertically right here. You can choose to just simply do it horizontally or vertically, or you can crisscross them. So those are some options for next week when we're working. The main goal with cross contour is to let the eye understand that your object is in three-dimensional space, to really truly see it as 3D. It helps you to value shade a lot better when you can see more in 3D and make the value go along the surface and the cross contours of your object. This is a way to do value without actually doing soft shading like this. It's value with lines, and it's really neat, very graphic, very stylized looking, and very interesting. So yeah, so the first step to this, what I would recommend you do to try to get some ideas as to what you want to select for your still life, go on Pinterest or somewhere and look up examples similar to this and just get you some ideas, and look around your house, look outside, see what you have there. But this is literally going to be a still life that you will be setting up. So one way that that you could set up the still life, this is fake, obviously, and it's okay to have fake fruit or whatever it is that emulates something real, as long as it actually works really well. So you might actually set up something like this. I don't know if you can see this, but this might be, a piece of wood might emulate like the wall that it might be on, and then it would, be on the floor like this. You can actually put something like this up against a wall, up against any kind of surface, a folder, whatever it is. And the main thing that I want to see with this is that you've got your object right here. You've got a line that denotes where the wall would be, and then where the floor would be. So just a really simple drawing. You can see how this is arranged. This pair is off center right there. It does not come off the page. You still have negative space all the way around it. There, you're going to have, this is kind of the darker area here. You'd have a noticeably darker area and a lighter area. This particular one, when I set it up, I actually put it near a window and I turned out the lights, and I did it like that, just with the natural light shining in. It works rather well. So that would be one option for you guys for your still life. So alrighty then. So yeah, so it's really up to you as to what you want to do that's a natural object. I do want something that is rounded, like something that lines could wrap around, that's rounded, such as, you know, you could do a shell, or, you know, a cactus actually would work. Or if you have, if your dad hunts or something like that and you've got some bones or something like that, that would be okay too. So, you know, think about what you have, and if you don't have anything, you can go to the farmer's market. You could hit the grocery store, that sort of thing. I'm letting you know in advance, so in case you need to do those things, you could go ahead and do that. So after you arrange your still life, what you are going to do is you're going to take a photograph of your arrangement, very similar to what you did with that plant still life that you guys did. And when you take a photograph of it, I would crop the photo. You can kind of see this photo, how I cropped it. You can see there's, like, I don't know if y'all can see little lines on the back here. That's little lines made by the blinds of the window. So I had that sitting there. These two were a little bit different. What I ended up doing with these two, and you do not have to do this for this stage. This may actually confuse you when you're drawing. But what I did do is I took some blue tape and I took an X-Acto knife and I cut it, you know, just so that it would fit over the curvature of my actual object, and made it work that way so that when I do add my cross contour lines in the future, I'll be able to see which direction they go. If you wanted to just simply take a photo of it without any kind of tape on it or anything like that, you could do that. If you're okay with that, you can do the tape on there. There's not a problem if you don't have any tape. This is definitely not a necessary thing for you to do. I've had students to use a Sharpie marker to actually create these lines. You can use a Sharpie, but the problem with a Sharpie is it's permanent, and if you make a mistake, it's kind of there. So anyway, just some little tips on that. So I would tell you, don't just take one photo of your arrangement, take several photos, edit them, see which one actually works really well. And like I said, you're going to be drawing from life, but I do want you to, at the very end, turn in your photo with your actual assignment. So just keep those things in mind as you go. All right, let's see here. Okay, so I've got a little definition up here that goes over what a modified contour drawing is. And this goes through what you're going to be doing with your natural still life modified drawing. If you look, this is the examples that I showed you guys. This is attached to it. So when you look at this on Schoology, this is what you're going to see. So yeah, so you just know you're going to be doing two drawings. And you're going to, on this, you've got, this is going to be worth 2 classwork grades. So I'm looking at this and what's left over for the 9 weeks. All right, we need 2 minor grades. So that's what we're going to be doing this week. So just make sure that with this assignment, you're turning in your 2 drawings, you're turning in your 2 photos with that. And I'll make those things available for you guys. And this is due on September the 29th. I believe that is next Tuesday by 3 o'clock. So, all right. So one thing that I do want to show you guys is how you'd actually go about drawing this thing. And you guys that are used to drawing still lifes, that's awesome. If you're a little bit new to this, that's okay too. I mean, we're all just kind of working together and we're making things happen. So, you know, that's the main thing that you need to understand. I want you to know that for the most part, I do understand what your background is and isn't. So just know that. The main thing is just to do the best you can. The drawings that you guys are going to be doing, there is size stipulations on those. So look for that. I think, Oh yeah, it doesn't need to be any smaller than 4 by 5. So that would be the main thing for you to know. So the next little video that I'm going to show is actually me drawing part of the still life, just for you to see what would be a modified contour drawing and how you would value map.